Alright, so today I'm going to be reviewing my Magicshine ALLTY 1200 bike light. Now this bike light is made for road biking apparently, but I am using it in a mountain bike setting, and Magicshine sent this to me to do a bit of a review. And I actually have bought Magicshine lights before with my own money. I currently have a Magicshine 1500, as you can see here, and I've really liked how this has worked out for me so far. I don't do a ton of night riding. Mountain bike night riding only comes for me during the winter time, and I usually don't ride for more than an hour to an hour and a half. So I only was using the bike light on my handlebar, and the 1500 did a pretty good job of covering a nice distance, depth and width, but I really wanted to have something for my helmet as well as on the handlebar. So when Magicshine reached out to me, I thought it'd be perfect to get something like the 1200 to put on my head, or vice versa on the handlebar. I think it's kind of up to you which one you would prefer, because honestly the difference of 300 lumens between each doesn't pose a gigantic difference between what's on your handlebar and what's on your helmet. You can kind of see how bright I've got the 1200 on my head and the 1500 on my bars. Needless to say, I took this for a bit of a spin at my local trails and had this mounted on the helmet with a helmet strap that Magicshine provided me with, and it worked out pretty well. But we're trying out the Magicshine ALLTY 1200 on the local trails for an after work ride. I think it's like 50 degrees out right now. I don't think I've ever done a night ride by myself. The bike light is fairly heavy. At only $70, I don't expect this to be the lightest thing ever. It feels pretty solid. It's IPX7 waterproof rated, and luckily it didn't get rained on. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty well sealed, and the battery life is pretty decent on this model as well. Now it has 3 light levels at the constant mode, 300 lumens that should last for 12 hours, 600 lumens that should last for 5 hours, and 1200 for 2 hours. So usually when I'm biking at actual nighttime, completely dark, you're going to run the highest setting when you're, under 2000 lumens, I would say. And 2 hours is more than enough ride time generally for an after work ride for me personally. You forget though that everything feels faster at night. I think it's nice to have a pretty similar brightness on both your head and the bike itself. So as standard, it comes with a GoPro style mount that you can turn the light onto, which is super sturdy. Quite like this style of mount. I like this style of mount to mount on the helmet so that you can adjust the angle, but the 1500 I always have on the bar, so this is super easy to leave on your handlebar, and luckily the 1200 comes with one of those as standard, as well as 3 different rubber straps to adjust the diameter if you have wide bars or whatnot, and a little Allen key to adjust that. So with that, we'll jump into some of the riding footage and see how it works out in real trail riding situations. I feel like it's totally different when you start your ride out at night versus you run into the night with a late afternoon ride in the winter months. It just feels natural that you turn on the lights for a bit, but starting out like this, it just feels wrong. But so far this is definitely an improved setup from just the 1500 that I had before mounted on the bars. Get a little jump action here. Oh. Dropping in Pink Floyd. Got the cone. I get this skinny at the end. Yeah. That might have been the third try. 25-minute spin. All thanks to the ALLTY 1200 and 1500. Not too shabby for a first test with the 1200. Definitely pairs well with the 1500. Feels like very even light coverage and not like one is extremely brighter than the other. So I would say this is a success so far. You know, here you can see it on my head. Just used the 2 Velcro straps and, you know, strapped it down kind of perpendicularly to my vision. It seems to be pretty solid. I didn't feel it wiggling around on my head while I was riding. So overall, I think the ALLTY 1200 is a really good beginner light. If you're gonna dabble in some road bike commuting, gravel riding in the evening, maybe some mountain biking after work in the winter time, I think $70 is a reasonable amount for most people to spend on a quality light. And, you know, between 2 of these, 150 bucks, you could really do some serious riding. Feel like you can actually ride at speed. It's not going to cover the entire woods, you know, like some of these crazy thousands of lumen lights can do. For me, I don't ride that much during the winter time or find myself really starting rides out at night. So something medium duty to light duty like this is pretty good for my use, and I would highly recommend it. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and remember, stay venturing, my friends.